Animals in the air. Introduction. We see lots of animals in the air. Many of them have wings and can fly, like birds, butterflies, and bats. Other animals can jump into the air, like frogs and kangaroos. Which animals can you see here? Which animals can fly? Which animals can jump? Now read and discover more about animals in the air. Chapter 1. Animals that fly. Many animals fly because it helps them to stay safe, and they can move around fast to find food. For example, bees fly to collect nectar from flowers. Then they use the nectar to make honey. Some animals fly to hunt other animals so that they can eat them. For example, owls fly to hunt smaller animals like mice. Some animals fly to stay safe from others. Animals that want to eat them, for example, small birds fly to escape from cats and dogs. Many birds make their home in tall trees where they are safe. Some birds, like storks, make their nest in high places, like the top of tall posts of buildings. Discover: some storks make very big nests. The nest can be 2 meters across. Wings and feathers. Birds have many small feathers on their body. The feathers keep birds warm and dry. Most birds also have longer feathers on their wings and tail. These are called flight feathers because they help birds to fly. Birds have very thin bones, like with airspace inside. The bones are very light, so it's easy for birds to fly. Some birds have very big wings. The Indian condor is one of the biggest flying birds in the world. It can have a wingspan of 3 meters. Other flying birds are small with short wings. Some hummingbirds have a wingspan of only 6 centimeters. Discover: the biggest flying bird was the giant red tern. It lived about 6 million years ago, and it had a wingspan up to 7 meters. Chapter 3. Animal flyers. Most birds can fly, and some of them are amazing flyers. The fastest bird in the world is the peregrine falcon. When it's diving straight down, a peregrine falcon can fly more than 200 kilometers per hour. Swallows are really amazing flyers. They hunt insects in the air, so they need to dive and turn very fast. It's fun to watch swallows in the evening when there are lots of insects flying around. Some birds make amazing journeys to find food or to travel to a place to have their babies. Mottled godwits fly all the way from New Zealand to Alaska. That's about 16,500 kilometers. The journey only takes about 1 week, with a short stop in China to rest and eat. Discover: swifts are small birds to spend most of their time flying. They can even sleep in the air. Chapter 4. Flying height. Some birds, like bare-headed geese, fly very high. Bare-headed geese can fly over the highest mountain in the world, the Himalayas. Some of these mountains are more than 8,000 meters high. Discover Rupert's woodthorn can fly at more than 11,000 meters high. That's higher than many planes. Some birds like woodthrows, condor, and eagles don't move their wings a lot. When they are flying high, the soar of warm air currents that are moving around. Birds that can soar have long white wings. It's easier for birds to soar when it's sunny. The sun makes the land warm. Then the land makes air. Warm air currents go up. Birds go up on the air currents, and they soar in circles high in the air. Insects that fly. The first flying animal in the world were insects. They lived about 350 million years ago. Today, most insects have wings and can fly. Their wings grow on their thorax, the middle part of their body. Many insects like bees and butterflies have 4 wings. Some insects like flies and mosquitoes only have 2 wings. Some of the biggest flying insects today are atlas moths from Southeast Asia. These moths have a wingspan about 30 centimeters. Some of the fattest flying insects in the world are dragonflies. Green Donald dragonflies can fly at more than 50 kilometers per hour. Discover the biggest flying insects were the Migener dragonfly. They lived about 300 million years ago and had a wingspan about 70 centimeters. Flying together. Many birds fly together in big groups called flocks. Some small birds fly in flocks to stay safe from hunting birds like eagles and falcons. Other birds like ducks and geese fly in flocks when they move to a new place. Starlings are small birds that usually fly in small flocks. These flocks sometimes join together to make big flocks with thousands of starlings. They look like dark clouds. Some flying insects like bees, moths, and locusts fly in big groups called swarms. Sometimes there are millions of insects all together. When locusts are very hungry, they eat all the green plants that they find. Swarming locusts are a big problem for farmers. Discover bees only fly in swarms when they are moving to a new home. Special scout bees show the swarm where to go. Chapter 7. Jumping mini beasts. Some mini beasts like grasshoppers can jump really well. Grasshoppers are good jumpers because they have strong back legs. They can jump 20 times their body length. Fleas are mini beasts that live in the air. Of many animals, like dogs and cats. Fleas can't fly, but they can jump about 100 times their body length. That's how fleas move from one animal to another. All spiders can make silk. Many spiders make silk webs to catch insects. Jumping spiders don't make webs. They wait for insects and then they jump on them. They jump from a silk thread. These spiders can jump about 80 times their body length. Discover spring tails are mini beasts with a special tail that work like a spring. Springtails don't have wings, so they use their tail to push themselves into the air. Chapter 8. Bats in the air. Did you know that bats are the only mammals that have wings and can fly? Their wings have long, thin bones that look like fingers. There's a membrane of skin between the bones. Many bats have a membrane between their legs too. Some bats use this membrane as a net to catch insects in the air. Discover the biggest bats are fruit bats. They eat fruit, flowers, and pollen. They're also called flying fox. Bats usually rest in the day and fly at night. When they fly, bats make special sounds that bounce off things around them. Bats hear these echoes and use them to find their way at night. This is called echolocation. Bats also use echolocation to find insects and other food to eat. Chapter 9. Jumping mammals. Some mammals are excellent jumpers. This helps them to stay safe from people and other animals. Red kangaroos can jump over fences that are 3 meters high. They are also fast. They can jump at more than 50 kilometers per hour. Springboks gazelles can jump very far. They can travel more than 15 meters in one jump. Springbok gazelles can also jump straight up in the air. This is called parking. Some mammals like gibbons are good at jumping and swinging between trees. Gibbons can swing about 8 meters from one branch to another. They can travel at more than 30 kilometers per hour in this way. Discover flying squirrels can't really fly. They have membranes between their bodies and their legs. They use these membranes to glide in the air like kites. Frogs, snakes, and fish. Amphibians can fly, but some of them can glide in the air. Gliding leaf frogs have membrane between their finger and toes. They can use these membranes to glide. Some reptiles can glide too. Paradise trees, snakes make their body very wide and flat, and they can glide about 100 meters through the air. We sometimes see fish in the air too. Flying fish can jump out of the water and glide for hundreds of meters. Flying fish has big fins that look like wings. Lots of animals can move around by flying, jumping, and gliding. Look around you today. Do you see any animals in the air?